everyone, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to my Christmas in November series. All month long, I'm going to be bringing you projects each week to inspire you for the upcoming holiday season. So before we get started, I just want to remind you of a few things I have going on this month. So the first thing I have going on is my Stuff the Stocking giveaway. Every order placed through me in November, there's no monetary minimum. You don't have to order a certain amount, but for every order placed through me that uses my host code, if your order is under $150, you will get an entry into my Stuff the Stocking giveaway. So for every order that's placed, I will put an item in the stocking, and then on December 1st, I will draw from everybody that placed an order and announce a winner. And that person will win everything that's in the stocking and this little Christmas stocking as my way of saying Merry Christmas to you. Each individual order counts as one entry. So like, for example, if you order 3 separate times, you'll have 3 separate entries into this giveaway. So really fun thing to do for November. And then also, if you order at least $50 worth of product before shipping and tax, you get my monthly free gift, which this month is your choice of any item under $10. So it excludes 12 by 12 papers and large grid papers just because they cost too much to ship. So I have a new monthly free gift every month. I always announce it on the first of the month along with the corresponding host code. You must use the host code to qualify for my free gift. And then also I offer my Campfire Rewards program, and it's basically for every $50 increment in a single order, you get 1 Campfire Badge. And when you earn 10 Campfire Badges in a calendar year, you get a free $50 shopping spree on me. I pay for the shipping, the tax, everything. So if you're not familiar with it, be sure to head over to my blog and search Campfire Rewards and you'll see all the details for that. So, all right, so let's get started with today's project. Isn't this so cute? This is a little box for fudge to hand out to friends, neighbors, family. I just thought this was such a cute idea. This is this stamp is from the Tag Buffet kit, and then these little chocolates are from the Nothing's Better Than bundle. And then I use the letters from the Playful alphabet dies. And the gold mini pizza boxes I think are just really appropriate for Christmas. They make everything shine and glisten. And then this paper is the 'Tis the Season paper. So I'll show you how to make it. It's actually really easy. It's not that complicated at all. So first let's start with our gold mini pizza box. How fantastic is that? Isn't that beautiful? All right, so these come flat like this. So you had to take this little circle piece out and throw it away. And then there's also where these little flaps are, there's a little cutout piece on the side flaps that you just pull out and throw in the trash. And then we're gonna fold on all of the scores. This just makes the box easier to assemble and hold its shape a lot better when you fold it beforehand. If you try to just jam it together, it's not gonna work. You really have to fold all of the little scores here. And then we'll fold the center also. Okay, and so to assemble the pizza box, this side is the bottom and this is the top. So for the bottom, we're gonna lift the sides up and take these little flaps, and you can kind of see in here there's little grooves that these indents fit into. So we're gonna fold those over, and then you're gonna take the bottom and fold it over those side flaps, and everything just kind of tucks right in there. And then for the top, it's just like a pizza box. You just fold it, you fold these little side flaps inward, and there you go. You've assembled your pizza box. How easy was that? So these come, they come in a package with the cardboard, and there's 8 in a package. So they're really great. I love these things, especially for Christmas. So, okay, so now we're gonna decorate the outside of the box. So I have my paper already cut. I have a piece of 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 'Tis the Season designer series paper, and this is the one that kind of has like a looks like diamond shapes with little snowflakes in the background. It kind of reminds me of like really pretty Christmas wrapping paper. And now out of the same piece, you're gonna have, of that designer series paper, you're gonna have 4 strips, and these are 3 1/4 by 3, or I'm sorry, 3/4 by 3 1/4. So basically, if you just cut a piece of the 6 by 6 paper, you cut it at 3 1/4, and then you cut these little strips first, and then you'll end up with this square at the end. So it comes out, I think, 1 1/2, 3. Wait. Oh, I think you actually have to cut a separate one, but you'll at least be able to get one square and these 3 little strips, and then you might have to cut another separate piece to get these. So, okay. And then for our shaded spruce background, these are going to overlap each other like that. This is, let's see if you can see, yeah, 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. And then again, we have 4 strips to go with our designer series paper, and these are 7/8 by 3 3/8. And all these measurements are on my blog post as well, and in the bottom of the YouTube video description. And then this piece is where the fudge letters are going to be layered on top of, and that's 1 inch by 3 3/8. And then we also, just because I like having things measured out, I have a piece of gold foil sheet and an adhesive sheet, and they're both 1 inch by 3 inches, but we'll get into those later. We're not going to worry about those right now. So right now, let's worry about, we'll put our big squares away and just put our side pieces together. And so I'm going to grab my seal and adhere each of these red 'Tis the Season strips onto the shaded spruce. Very quick and easy to put together. I just love like gold for the holidays. I think it's very fancy, and it just makes everything so elegant looking when you add a little bit of gold to your gifts. You could probably use the other side too. It's really cute. It's got reindeer and holly leaves and all that, but I like the red and the green. I thought it was really classic combo. I didn't want to leave it all one color. I wanted some mixture of color in there. Okay. So we have all those assembled, and now I'm actually gonna, since we're applying this onto our pizza box, I want a little more hold, so I'm gonna use my Stampin' Seal Plus, which is perfect for 3D items. So we are going to do our best to center this on each panel. You're gonna have a little bit of a border, but this is perfect for this project. You're gonna have that extra hold with that Stampin' Seal Plus. I don't know about you guys, but I am already listening to Christmas music. It really helps me get into the Christmas craft making when I have to make all these projects for blog posts. I mean, not have to, I really like doing it, but the Christmas music really helps get me in the mood and helps inspire me for my little projects. So as you can see, now we have all the sides decorated, really easy, right? So now we're gonna take our top panel here and we're gonna adhere those to each other. Let's see, we'll use our seal just to adhere the layers to each other. And you could honestly, if you cut all of your paper ahead of time, you could assembly line these really easily. You could, and then I'm going to use my Seal Plus when we adhere it to the box itself, just to have that little extra bit of hold. There we go. Perfect. So now the outside is all decorated. So now we're going to make our decorations for the top. So I wanted to show you, first I'll show you how to put the letters together, okay? So one thing I want to note is with these So these adhesive sheets are fantastic for little pieces of like either little cutouts, or these letters are really great. So the sheets, they have places where you can easily peel the sticker, because you're basically just making a sticker out of this. So you want to cut it so that you have these lines somewhere in the backing of your sheet, because one side is completely flat and one side has these it has like two lines throughout the sheet. So you want to cut it so that you have one of those lines in the middle, because that will give you a place to pull the backing off, and it just makes it a lot easier. So you pull the backing off, and then we are going to adhere it to the backing of our gold foil. Okay. And then I am going to grab my embossing machine. I don't usually emboss on camera, but or die cut on camera. I usually try to do it ahead of time, but I wanted to show you how this all fits really nicely with these letters and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and put my gold here. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to put my gold down. It's got the adhesive on the back, and then I have the letters from the Playful alphabets dies, and you really don't even have to line them up so that they spell the word exactly, but it works out just fine. As long as you have the letters die cut in the end, you can line them up however you need to, but these fit on here just perfectly. And they don't have to be perfectly lined up because we're gonna pull them out of here, so they don't have to be perfectly lined up on the gold. So we're gonna put our sheet down. And you only have to go through once with this machine. You don't have to go back and forth, back and forth. Like I know with my old Sizzix Big Shot, it was getting to the point where I had to go back and forth like 2 or 3 times to actually get it to cut straight through. But you shouldn't need to do that. Like you can see the backing is it cut all the letters out just fine. So we're gonna pull these out. Okay. And then let's throw that little gold piece away. And now we're gonna grab our shaded spruce strip. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna line this up as best we can. What I like to do is before I actually take the backing off, I move these letters out of the way here. My G's over here. Here we go. So I like to line them up where I want them first and then take the backing off, because that way you can kind of play around with the positioning and make sure that they're exactly where you want them to be and you have the spacing right. And then you can just kind of go down the line and take the backing off and apply them. So it can be a little fussy, and I've had a lot of coffee today, so my hands are a little shaky, but that's okay. And my fingers are a little sticky too. So that's about where I want it. Okay, so I'm gonna start, I think at the E, and it just peels right off. And then we'll do the G. And if you're having a hard time, I love this take your pick tool. I like to grab the spatula. If you have a hard time kind of grabbing where the adhesive is, just kind of take your spatula and put it in the side, and it'll help you lift up the backing. Honestly, we use this thing so much in all my classes and everything. People are like, I had to order a second one because everybody's always like, where's that tool? I need it for class. So I need it to grab gems, or, you know, there's just so many great uses for it. So I ordered a second one so we'd have enough for everybody. So again, I'm just using the spatula end. You could probably use the pokey end tool at the end also, but the spatula end works really well for me. So we're just lining these up pretty closely together, and this adhesive is so great. It just makes everything stick so well. And you just, like I said, you're just making a sticker with these. And then the F. There. So now we have our fudge strip. So we're gonna set this to the side with our box. And now I'm gonna show you how to make the 'Tis the Season 4 part and the little chocolates. How I did it anyway. I did it probably a little bit different than other people did. So I already cut out a piece of Whisper White. This die cut is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna freehand this. If you have a Stamparatus, you could probably, it might be a little bit easier for you to do it, but these stamps from the Tag Buffet set are photopolymer, which means you can see through them. So I feel pretty confident doing it without the Stamparatus. So when we stamp, oops, and I've got a little bit on my block here. So when we stamp, we're gonna actually stamp towards the top because that fudge strip is gonna go on the bottom. So we want the top of the S to kind of be right in this corner over here. So as you can see, I'm kind of a little bit towards the top center here. Stamp down, even pressure. Great. And then we're gonna move to the sentiment that says, with love for you. And we're just gonna ink up this little 4. So how I like to do that is I like to take the 4 and just put it in the corner of my stamp pad. And that just inks up that letter 4, or that word 4, sorry, not letter. And then I'm gonna stamp it right over this little swirly from the season. And that's it. That's how you get the 'Tis the Season 4. Okay? Now, to make the chocolates, we are going to take a scrap of Whisper White, and I have my Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and the chocolates are from the Nothing's Better Than bundle. We need to take the outline out first because we're gonna stamp that in Memento, Tuxedo Black Memento ink. I'm just gonna stamp it right there. And then we're gonna take the center part and I only have crumb cake. I don't have any of the darker browns just yet, so I am just gonna use crumb cake. And I'm gonna stamp it twice to kind of make it a little bit darker. So again, these are photopolymer, so you can see exactly where you're stamping, line it up. And actually, I didn't even get it. That's okay. If you don't stamp evenly the first time, just go over it again, no problem. And then I'm gonna stamp one more time just to kind of darken that brown a little bit. If you had soft suede, that would probably be the best brown for this. But like I said, I only had crumb cake, so any light color, if you stamp it more than once, it will darken it over, like the more you stamp it. So I just stamped crumb cake twice, and that was perfect for me. So, all right, so now we're gonna take the little die cut, and we're gonna die cut the chocolates. Grab my embossing machine again. And we're gonna line it up. So because the magnetic plate isn't being sold anymore, there's a lot of issues with it warping and things like that. You can either hold it down with washi tape, or what I like to do is I like to put my plate in at an angle and then put it straight down and hold that pressure. And that usually works better for me because once you put that pressure on it, if you push the plate from top down and put that pressure on, you shouldn't really have any shifting when you roll it through your embossing machine. So, and there we have our little chocolate. So now, again, because it's Christmas and I like glitzy glam, I am gonna take my Wink of Stella pen and I'm just gonna give it a little Wink of Stella wash, get some glitter on chocolate. You know, some chocolate is glittery. They have that luster dust that's edible, like edible glitter on the chocolate. So I figured it's the holidays, why not? Okay, so now what we're gonna do to put the top on here, we're actually gonna put this a little bit towards the top, probably about a third of the way down, because we wanna put our fudge strip right over it. And there's probably about, I don't know, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inches from the bottom. So we're gonna put this strip down and then layer this over and then adhere our chocolates and then we'll be done. So I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use Stamp & Seal just to, again, give it a little bit more of a hold. Make sure nothing's going anywhere. Okay, and then I'm definitely gonna use Stamp & Seal on this strip because whenever you have layers, things tend to want to kind of separate, so we definitely want that extra hold here. So again, about 1 inch or so from the bottom. Line it up, it's gonna meet with those edges of the green perfectly. And then I'm just gonna use regular seal for this guy. And then we're gonna kind of angle him in the corner. And there you have it. Super duper cute, right? I hope you make a bunch of these and give them out. These are perfect because fudge is really rich. People usually don't want a ton of it, so you can make a big batch and probably make a few boxes of these and give them out to friends and family. So, all right, guys. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed this project today and that it inspired you for the upcoming gift giving season. If you like this project, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell so you never miss a video. If you need any supplies from today's project, I hope you'll purchase them in my online store, and don't forget to use that host code to get your free gift, Campfire Badge, and your entry into my Stuff the Stocking giveaway. I'll be back in a few days with another fun project. In the meantime, stay safe and have a great day. Bye, guys.